Hey all, this Aquarius full moon tarot session is for all signs. I will be doing 12 short readings, one for each sign, of course. But first I do want to pull one card from the Dreams of Gaia tarot deck here for the Lunartics Collective. Information about this deck and all of the decks that I use in Lunartics Tarot readings can be found in the description box down below. If you are interested in any of the decks, thank you all for subscribing, liking, sharing, commenting, for donating to the channel, for orders as well. If you are interested in a private reading, my name is A's, and information and links for all of the personal readings can be found down below in the description box as well. With that, the two cards that come through for the collective are Body and Mind, the 11 of Air here, I believe, and then the Child card is on the bottom of the deck. So, the 11 of Air, Body, Mind, the Body Mind card, talks about imagination, reality, fact, opinion, body, mind, open-mindedness, narrow-mindedness. It reminds us to be both open-minded and questioning, reminds us that we are only limited by our minds, to be discerning, it reminds us to ask how our mind is affecting our body, how our body is in turn affecting our mind. Reminds us that facts are certainties while opinions are not facts, and that we can only change ourselves. What is reality and what is imagined? What is fact and what is fiction? Can that which dwells within the mind have an effect on the body, and can the physical body affect the state of mind? The 11 of Air symbolizes a need to keep a healthy understanding of the relationship between mind and body, and the power each can have over the other. It symbolizes being able to differentiate between fact and opinion, and to make room for the imagination within our realities while still embracing a little bit of reality within our imaginings. This may be a challenging card for some because the eyes can only see what the mind is willing to conceive. So the more rigid the mind, the more difficult it is to accept how how much influence and power the mind and body have over each other. If the mind is unwilling or limited, then understanding is difficult, and acceptance in some circumstances may be impossible. We all know someone who, no matter how many times they are offered facts, not opinions or theories, still cannot believe unless they witness it with their own eyes or experience it personally. And even then, they still might not believe it. Believing only in facts and the reality that you experience with your physical senses can close you off to reaching your fullest potential. When the 11 of Air appears in your cards, it also asks that you look at the impact your beliefs might be having upon your body and the impacts your lifestyle and diet might be having on your mind. Tibetan monks and Indian yogis can control blood pressure, body temperature, heart rate, and more. They can have one personality that physically needs glasses in order to see properly and another that does not. How is your mind affecting your body? Or, okay, some people can have one personality that physically needs glasses in order to see properly and another that does not. So how is your mind affecting your body? Imbalances within the gut can lead to depression, anxiety, irritability, hyperactivity, and inability to focus or concentrate, and memory lapses. I'm going to read that again. Imbalances within the gut can lead to depression, anxiety, irritability, hyperactivity, and inability to focus or concentrate, and memory lapses. Pain and inflammation can also have similar effects upon the mind, especially if they impact on the ability to sleep. How is your body affecting your mind? It is important to understand that what you believe in your mind can have an impact on your body, and what you do to your body can have an impact on your mind. The 11 of air also says that when offering information to others, be sure that what you offer is fact. Be clear when you are offering opinions based on your personal experiences, because what might be true to you might not be true for someone else. It points out that we can theorize all that we want, but we should be careful not to offer theory and conjecture as fact. It also says we can literally change our minds, and in doing so alter our physical state, but we do so within a physical reality that is full of certainties that we have no control over. We can only control ourselves and our perception of the world. It also points out that it is a balancing and realignment card. It does so, it appears in your reading in order for you to determine if there is an imbalance at play, and suggest that you meditate upon the subject. So that is a lot of what is coming through for the collective around the Aquarian full moon. And I do also want to look at the child as it showed up on the bottom of the deck, which is about new beginnings, innocence, magic, divine love, trust, hope, forgiveness, awareness, potential, anticipation, and dependency. Specifically, a new beginning. It reminds us to see our potential, talks about healing emotionally and emotional and psychological wounds. It reminds us that it is a time to play and laugh, or shows up when it is a time to play and laugh. It reminds us to acknowledge our successes, to delight in the moment, to believe in magic, that laughter heals, to turn dreams into reality, to forgive the past, to reconnect with innocent pleasures, and tells us to put doubt aside. The child stands confident, taking innocent joy and delight in her connection with the world in which she dwells. She is untouched by fear and full of hope and trust. Despite any hardship, struggle, and harm she has faced, she continues to see only beauty through eyes bright with wonder. She sees the good in all. She is both magic and magical, an innocent soul who believes in happily ever after. Joy and the ability to dream are the gifts the child bestows upon you. It is time to dream and imagine, and to believe that anything is possible if you are willing to try. Forgive and forget all past failures. And disappointments. Turn mistakes into positive lessons instead of reasons to give up. Be hopeful. The child in the present represents positivity and potential, a new beginning, one that will bring happiness and joy to your life, especially if you are willing to embrace an open mind and heart and put ideas into action. When was the last time you paid attention to your daydreams, moments when you allowed your imagination to wander away from the mundane? So often it is those moments that our minds show us that it is in those moments that our minds show us the truth about what we would really like to be doing with our time. Does something prevent you from making your dreams a reality? If so, are the reasons legitimate or founded in doubt and a fear that you will not succeed or do not deserve to succeed? Do you dream of a holiday in a distant land? Do you dream of changing careers and doing something that you love? Or does your daydreaming reveal a simple desire to reconnect with nature? Whatever your dream, now is the time for you to act. Put doubts and skepticism aside and delight in doing something that you love. Give yourself permission to do what you need to do in order to make those dreams come true. Beautiful. I'm not sure if I've ever read all the way through that card before, which we just read the present position. But that was lovely, and it does seem like a message appropriate for the Aquarian full moon. So keeping in mind that we are all at a time and space where we need to be very aware of the balance between our body and our minds, how our minds are affecting our body, how our thoughts are affecting our physical reality, and how our treatment of our physical vessel is then affecting the function of our mind, right? And that it is a time to bring our dreams and our imaginings into our reality. See that they very much can be a part of our reality if we choose them to be. Let's move forward with the first reading, which will be for Aquarius at about 11:33. Okay, Aquarians, as we reach the Aquarius full moon, as that energy fully encompasses you, fully envelops you, it brings you an opportunity for happiness and abundance, an opportunity for sharing openly with someone significant or perhaps many people. This is an emotional new beginning. The Ace of Shells in this deck, the Ace of Water, of course. A fresh emotional beginning. The energy of a deep, intense crush for some of you. A new or renewed love. Could be a romantic partnership, that type of a relationship. Or, as I said, the opportunity to share openly with many people, possibly. Or just someone significant. An emotional new beginning with someone very significant. Perhaps a Cancer, as the card crossing you is the Chariot card here. But this is also an energy of discipline and determination. I think this opportunity for happiness and abundance is something that you are going to head toward full speed ahead without compromising on moving toward that goal. As you move toward that goal, determined to reach it at all costs, willing to mow down anything and getting in your way as you head toward the victory that will be that happiness and abundance as it flourishes. And you really already have it, as you already have the opportunity right in front of you. I think that's just you choosing to water that seed to make sure that it does continue to grow and to blossom. It is something, that opportunity is something that does need to be nurtured. And you're committed to that. You're ready to be disciplined in your either relationships or in your commitment to a work routine, perhaps, since this is speaking of happiness in terms of abundance, or just discipline in terms of a routine in self-care. It may be an emotional new beginning just with yourself, Aquas. Definitely, I think, an opportunity to share openly. And then on the bottom of the deck, we do have the Nine of Acorns. It's in reverse, power and perseverance in reverse here. And since this energy is showing up in reverse for you, Aquarians, there is something at the same time that I think a lot of you are deciding not to pursue because you are committed to this new emotional beginning. There's something that you are finished looking back at, probably something that you've been releasing and starting to recover from for some time. It may have been a three-party situation for some of you. That's just for some who that resonates with specifically. But there's something that you're done looking back on at the same time. I think that is the discipline. That's how the discipline and determination really shows up and shows through, is in you being so committed to this release, to this recovery, to the opportunity for happiness and abundance. And as I said before, watering that seed, nurturing that opportunity, really, that you're willing to stop looking back at something else, a pain from the past, a wound from the past, a person from the past who just is not going to show up for you the way that you have needed or wanted them to. Or even, stop looking back toward old habits, old patterns, an old version of yourself that just no longer fits your current circumstance. Beautiful, beautiful Aquas. Since it is the Aquarius full moon, let us take an extra second here and get a couple of clarifiers on these Aquas. Interesting, the Emperor shows up again. This is definitely about you committing to a routine, to self for a lot of you, possibly to a new relationship for some at this time, but definitely to yourself and a new routine for yourself, and to the idea of besting your baser desires, taming your desires for things that really aren't for your highest good. Committing to a routine for a lot of you that shows self-love, that shows unconditional love to your mind, your body, your spirit, your emotional body. And I think it was that which you are still recovering from, still releasing, still healing from. I think it was looking back at that person, that version of yourself, those habits, that pattern, that time in your life that was making you feel insecure and unstable, and like you were in no position to help anyone else, like your finances, your resources, or maybe your home and relationships, your physical daily life in some material way was not feeling secure for you. It was not feeling manageable. You were having trouble either connecting to your creativity or your practicality, or both. Balancing them out, using them in tandem, as the messages for the collective suggested that we all need to be mindful of. For a lot of you, this opportunity for sharing openly, for happiness and abundance, is coming through in manifesting in your life in the form of you having the opportunity to be your own boss, start your own business, move up in a workplace, maybe in the form of getting a new boss, a better boss for some of you. For a lot of you, it is attracting a divine masculine figure or counterpart. Some of you have a new emotional beginning with a father figure in your life, your father, the father of your children, or just a divine masculine in some sense. And as I said, it can be a Chariot card, or I'm sorry, it can be a Cancer with the Chariot card showing up. But it also, again, is likely that for a lot of you, this is representing that discipline and determination that is marked by leaving this period of mourning, as we already said. The Five of Cups is really confirming that here as a clarifier. the determination and discipline that you are applying to the situation is apparent in the fact that you are recognizing that you have been ignoring other people or other things in your life in order to stay in this period of mourning. After a while, it becomes sort of like crying over spilt milk, spending too much time looking at what has been lost. And I really think that for a lot of you in the Lunartics Tarot Collective, this full moon, this time period is about stepping away from that, being finished with that, releasing it enough to stop allowing it to take up your time and energy. So Aquas, I do hope that the needed insight was able to reach you there. I already told you where you can find information and links regarding private personal readings. And I hope you make very wise choices for yourselves moving forward. I love you, and we will move on to Geminis next. Geminis. At about 20:55. Let's see what messages come through for Geminis at the full moon in Aquarius. What do we have for mutable air at the fixed air full moon? Awakening, renewal, enlightenment, Geminis. The Judgment card, the Queen of Fire, passion, creativity, and the Four of Water, soul searching, reevaluation. We are certainly seeing some absolution with this card. Normally forgiveness of self, and a lot of times in tandem with forgiveness of others. I think that is overall the main thing that is coming through for you at this time, Gems. So a significant act of forgiveness, and maybe in two directions, has gone down or is right around this time. And it is putting you into this period of soul searching and reevaluation, maybe making you question who else in your life needs forgiven, maybe really witnessing firsthand at long last that the magic that forgiveness can bring into your life, seeing it really proven before your own eyes in your own circumstances, that it really relieves you to forgive someone else. It might be something that some of you have been carrying around, a burden some of you have been carrying around for a while. It also is like you are waking up in some sense. Feeling absolved in others' eyes as well as your own, and feeling like you have a second chance. And a lot of you, this is about you at this time. This is about you receiving an offer around this time that you're not sure you want to take, that you're not sure that you are interested in. It may be from someone who could be a teacher, an authority figure of some sort in your life, Gems. And you just really want to sink into this period of soul searching and reevaluation now that you feel like you can be totally and completely yourself, unapologetically yourself. And you have a lot of passion and creativity for something in your life, something that you want to apply yourself to at this time, and you're just not so sure that it jives with this opportunity, this offer that is coming in right around the full moon. Though it is from someone that you likely respect, it's likely a good teacher, a humble teacher. But you're seeing the world through different eyes, and again, feeling totally renewed, and as we said, unapologetically, just comfortable in your own skin. And so you want to pursue what is personally enticing to you. You're feeling beautiful in that energy. Like your sins don't deny you your beauty, right? Your vitality, especially during Leo season. You're feeling very, very vibrant. And so a lot of you social and influential when we see this Queen of Fire, Queen of Acorns in this deck, the SpirtSong Tarot deck here. You're wanting to be in nature and again, really reflect with these new eyes that you have, this new respect for not only yourself, but life around you that's coming in. You just want to have time for that connection for yourself, and again, to apply this new version of yourself to that which you personally are most passionate about and see the most potential for your creativity to shine, right? So it just, it just may mean telling somebody that you respect, thank you, but no thank you, not right now. It looks like that's the space that Geminians find themselves in right around the full moon in Aquarius. So I hope the needed insight was able to reach you there, Gems. I hope you make wise choices for yourselves moving forward. I love you, and with that, I will move on to Libras. Hi, Libras. What are the messages coming through for cardinal air right around this fixed air full moon? A full moon in Aquarius, August 2019. Libras, I think that you have a lot on your mind and are pulled in many different directions at this time. Yeah, a lot on your plate, but it's exciting. It's an exciting time. Some of you may just be having trouble choosing what is most important to you at this time. But it's for positive reasons, right? It's for exciting, great reasons, because you are very passionate about your projects, what you are working on. You are very excited. There's a lot of enthusiasm behind all that you do, all the projects that you're invested in, and you are discovering a lot about those areas of interest and yourself at this time. There's a lot of optimism and innovation on the table with the King of Fire showing up, the King of Acorns in this particular deck, the SpirtSong Tarot deck. You're really able to embrace the energy of Leo season, the vitality and the joy that is available to all of us at this time. And I do think that it is a challenging time of growth for you, Libras. As I said, there are many areas of interest. You want to apply this attitude of optimism and this ability to be innovative to many different things. And you could spread yourself too thin and focus on the fact that it is a time of challenging growth. But I think most Libras at this time, cardinal air at this time, your energy is inclined to and leaning toward really, like I said, just embracing the opportunities, embracing how vital you feel. Maybe for some of you, embracing a masculine fire sign, whereas it looked like in the reading prior to this, Gems may be embracing a feminine fire sign. I may have even forgotten to add that in their message. But if not embracing one who's external to you, that you're involved with or interacting with closely in some way, then possibly just embodying that energy, being very social, very influential over others, able to easily network and persuade others and inspire others is really the word, with this sense of childlike wonder, which is also what came through in the collective reading at the beginning of this, which is really just for the Lunartics collective air signs, which I wasn't clear about at the beginning of the reading, but and I'm sure air, it being a fixed air moon, that the collective in general really can vibe with that message, but Libras in particular, I see a lot of you being entrepreneurs in some sense, or as I said, just networking, socializing for other reasons. But still with a lot of enthusiasm, that sense of wonderment, ready to learn new things about yourself, to let your passion shine through. And you're feeling very authentic. You're feeling very much like yourself. This is just a side of yourself that doesn't always get to take the forefront, that you maybe haven't even seen before, a lot of you. But it is very, very creative energy. Wants to be in nature, use its ability to combine many different elements in nature, maybe many different personalities, and get them to work together, work on one goal, one project. And you're seeing things very clearly at this time. Cardinal air is seeing things very clearly during fixed air's full moon, Libras. Again, it may be a challenging time of growth, but you see clearly how to navigate it. You're not scared of that challenge, of that growth. Because you know that this is intertwined with your true, authentic happiness, Libras. You being this busy, you having this many passions, it's just part of your truth that there are that many things that you're interested in, and you just don't want to look at the negative side of it, as some people do, in terms of that means that you have to choose which thing to apply yourself to. You are just completely focused on the optimistic view of the fact that you have so many options, of the fact that you can bring your ideas to life, inspire others to help you do that. And so, you're really embracing the fact that, of course, when you have the ability to bring those different personalities together, and you're passionate for so many things, of course, that's going to lead you to warring opportunities, different things wanting your attention at the same time. And you can just allow yourself to feel lucky that you get to choose, right? I really think that's the space that most Libras are in right around this full moon. So that is gorgeous, Libras. I'm very happy for you. That's such exciting energy. I do hope that you continue to make wise choices for yourselves as you move forward, throughout the rest of Leo season and into Virgo season, Libras. I also hope that the needed insight here was able to reach you, and I hope you know that I love you, and I will post another reading for you as soon as I can.